Hey Thrivers, popping in here to answer a question. Does it take a willing spouse to turn a marriage around? The answer is both yes and a little bit no, and I'll explain why. So it absolutely takes two people to make a marriage, and only one person can break it. They do need to be willing to want to work on things. The reason why I'm saying no is that too often people are stopping way too soon when their spouse says, I want out. I'm having an affair, I want a divorce. And they take that as the end all be all for their marriage. And they don't realize that they can greatly influence their spouse's willingness to work on the marriage when they use our 4-step path process. That's going to flip the switch, turn them from someone that's cold, checked out, distant, unwilling to work on things, to become willing to talk with you, willing to spend time with you, wanting to spend time with you. So here's a bit of the problem, is that more often than not, people are stopping before they even get there. They say, oh, my spouse isn't willing, there's nothing I can do, it's over. And what we've proven is that you can save your marriage if you are willing to go first. If you are willing to learn new things and do just a few things in a different way, you will get a drastically different result. The bottom line is, the question you really need to ask is, am I willing to do what it takes to give my marriage everything so I can have no regrets? For me, if there was a chance that I could take my unwilling husband and with some changes to what I'm doing, help him become more willing to work on things with me, I would do it. No question asked. My marriage means everything to me. And I don't want to live with regret that I didn't do what I could have done. But I see so many people stopping before they even get to that point. They don't even realize that they can do things in a different way. And it's greatly going to influence the reactions and response that they're getting from their spouse. See, most of the people I talk to are making one of those common mistakes, right? They're making demands of their spouse. They're pushing their spouse to want to work on things. They're demanding they leave the affair partner, demanding they go to therapy, or they're manipulating them, trying to force them to get back or coerce them or threaten them, or maybe it's subtle forms of manipulation, or they're begging and pleading and acting out of desperation, or they're freezing and doing nothing. They're kind of putting their hands up in the air and saying, oh, they don't want to be with me, so there's nothing I can do, right? And those are all the things that are going to push your spouse away. But what we teach you how to do is how to draw your spouse to you naturally, like a magnet, so they want to be with you. They want to open up and talk with you. They are willing to work on the marriage again. So I guess the question again is, do I want to do what it takes to see if it's possible for them to become willing, or am I not willing to do that, right? Is it worth it to me to learn some new things, to improve myself and become a better person and learn the skills I just simply didn't know up until now, so that my marriage has a chance of working out and there is a chance of my spouse being willing to come back to me? Or do I want to just keep doing what I'm doing? Because if you just keep doing what you're doing, you know what kind of result you're going to get. I really like some of the comments here that I got on our Facebook question that I asked you guys here in the Thriving Marriage. I asked you, 80% of people think they need a willing spouse in order to turn their marriage around. Is this true? Yes, no, why? And I got a lot of mixed responses, but one response here, I'm going to share name held for privacy, but she says, yes, because if one spouse isn't willing and open to change, nothing will change. Expect the person already doing the work to lower their standards to compensate for others' non-willingness, and that is absolutely not what you want to do. I love this comment again from another member here who's one of our clients, and he responded, just because one spouse isn't willing and open to change doesn't mean nothing will change. And the person doing the work isn't lowering their standards to compensate for others' non-willingness. They are raising the bar and leading the change. And then she responds, no, because just because you change and step up doesn't mean the other person is willing. Normally it takes both people, not just one. And there's truth in what they're both saying here. So you do want to step up. You do want to lead the charge. You don't want to lower your standards. You do want to create the relationship that you really want to have. You do want to realize, okay, I don't really know how to communicate. I don't know how to have healthy boundaries. I don't really know how to save my marriage from divorce. I really don't know how to have a healthy and happy, functional marriage. The good news is I can learn, right? And then as you learn, that's going to change everything for you and set you on a completely different trajectory. And it gives your spouse the invitation and the opportunity to do so themselves. Now, what they choose is up to them. But what we've seen is that when people go through our process, they are much more likely to become willing to work on it with you. So it really comes down to, are you willing to do things the right way, to do things the way that are actually going to work to have a healthy relationship, and to know that you gave your spouse that opportunity for them to step forward and work on things with you. And even if they don't, at least you will have the peace of mind knowing that you did what you could to give your relationship every opportunity to work out. To me, that's worth it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I see some of you watching me here live. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is it worth it to you to give your spouse the opportunity to become willing or not? Because it's your life and you get to choose how you look back at this time at the end of your life. You're the one that gets to live with the ripple effect of how this will influence and affect your children's lives and generations to come and all your family members and all your friends. For me, I have said it before, and I'm like, I just said it just a few minutes ago, but to me, I would do anything so I don't live with regret, and so that I can look back, even if my marriage didn't work out and my husband didn't become willing to work on things with me, I would still do it because I would know that I have peace of mind, that I did what I could when I had the chance. And that's worth everything. And if it doesn't work out, okay, he makes his choice, I make my choice. And now, not only do I not have regret, I have peace of mind, but now I actually have even greater skills that are going to help me in the next relationship and help me with all my relationships. So it's a win-win. Like there's no way that you can come out from learning these things and lose. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Tina says 100% worth it to me because I love her so much. Awesome. Love that, Tina. So it's your choice to make, and I encourage you to make it with care and to think about who you really want to be and what kind of future you want for your life and what kind of relationship you really want to have. You are deserving of love. You are worthy, and I can't wait to help you get there. So I have a completely free guide. I've said this a couple days ago, but if you didn't see it, make sure you don't miss it. That it's going to help you turn an unwilling spouse into a willing spouse and give your marriage every chance possible. So if you want that, just comment guide in the link below and I'll send it to you. And we'll talk again soon.
Thanks for listening to The Thriving Marriage, your A to Z blueprint for not just surviving marriage, but thriving. Until next time, my friends, thrive on.